Dear viewer, good evening and welcome to Spotlight. With me, my dear friend, my dear brother, the president of Lawrence Tech University, Dr. Tarek Sobh. Doctor, welcome to MEA again.
It's a pleasure. I love coming here and meeting with you, and it's an honor being here. Thank you so much, Wally.
And I've been telling all the president of university, I get excited when I do with Dr. Sobh because I'm a technology person, and we talk about technology.
Oh, it's
so if you could start with the technology, AI, everybody talking about it. People, they're going to lose job. AI, they're going to use it for a lot of bad things and all that. And already, some people that they create AI and they speaking and they got hurt a lot. You know, for example, our patriarch in Iraq, which is the head of all the Chaldean in the world, they had an AI interview with him that he's saying Iraq should have a very good relation with Israel. And he have a lot of problems there. So
no,
that's the bad of AI. Can we talk more about it?
Sure. I mean, AI is like any other technology. I mean, technology can be used for the good or can be used for the bad.
Yes.
Whether that technology is nuclear engineering and, the usage of, atomic power in different applications, or whether that's in the area of artificial intelligence, or the area of software development in general. So I think we should, number one, not be very surprised that there are bad actors out there who are using all of these AI, new generative AI techniques that are becoming available to the public in malicious manners.
And especially in social media. I mean, huge.
But again, I mean, as with anything else in life, Wally, I mean, there is a good side and the bad side.
Yes.
And the good side, meaning good actors trying to use the technology or the new invention or the new development in what is beneficial for humankind. And there are the bad actors who are going to use the same kind of technology, but, for malicious purposes. And again, it's all about controls, right? It's all about
Is there any control that, for example, cyber control or, something that to block those kind of people?
The solution is technology again.
Yeah.
So again, if you want to exercise the appropriate compliance and or controls, so the malicious content, whatever the malicious content, whether it's forgery or whether it is avatars, fooling people to think, that somebody, as you said, is giving an interview or so on. Technology again is a solution, right? So same with cybersecurity. Hacking and trying to break into systems which has existed for tens and tens of years. The solution is cybersecurity measure, again using technology. So again, there are lots of development in AI security applications and AI technologies, both software and hardware, that detects and prevents things of that sort. Whether these are again impersonification of individuals or providing wrong answers that could be destructive and so on and so forth. Of course, like any other technology that is new and incipient, AI is a very powerful tool now, right?
Of course.
It's really, again, AI is not really in its infancy. Somebody like me, since I was a graduate student, 30 years ago, and people even before that, we used to develop and work on AI at that time. The only difference now is that generative AI is available for everyone.
Yes.
So as again, with every kind of technology, parallel to applications of AIs being developed every day within the area of text generation, within the area of managing everyday's affair, within the area of robotics and automation, coming up with AI modules and software that enable things like humanoid robots to work in the laboratory, whether it's in the area of video generation or audio generation, or whether it's in the area of diagnosis and artificial intelligence, or whether it's in the area of business. There are also a set of applications being developed and lots of research and development going on in various national labs and company research labs and universities on developing security measures that would prevent bad usage of AI and detects if AI applications or primitives out there are being used for malicious intent.
Okay.
And this will continue to go hand in hand.
We hear in the news, for example, Amazon, they laid off 27,000 people, and they mention it because of AI, because of robots. A lot of factories, auto factories, they are laying a lot of people and replace them with robots and all that. So how, in the future,
Sure.
how are we going to handle if there is a lot of laid off, if a lot of people lose their job? What are they going to do?
So, okay. So let me back up and talk about this for a second. I do get asked that question in, many different venues.
Yes.
And individuals
because
like
it's
me who are
important
and individuals like me who are technologists who
public,
work
yeah.
in the area of robotics and automation. I'll tell you an anecdote, right? And this is, I think it was 1990. So we are talking how many years? 36 years.
Yes.
I was actually giving, I'm a roboticist by training. That's my area and my research and my PhD dissertation.
Years and years ago.
For tens of years.
Yes.
And I'm actually proud that some of the work that we've done in this area is being used in everyday's life right now. Which is great, part of evolution, I guess. So I remember as a graduate student in 1990, when I was doing my PhD, I was giving a presentation. It was actually in Greece, an international conference on robotics and automation. And I was presenting my work, and my work was in the area of autonomy, meaning robots being able to work without being teleoperated or operated by a human, but based on sensory data, right?
Yes.
Based on cameras, based on sonar, range finders, etc., being able to supervise tasks and execute them on their own based on an algorithm, autonomously. And it was a scientific presentation, right? And out of nowhere, literally in the middle of my presentation, a lady, in the audience, who was not part of the scientific and academic or industry community, present
Yes.
in the conference, barged in and actually interrupted me while I'm speaking. And I was like, 22 years old or something, so it was a very scary thing. And actually kept screaming about why you're doing this, you're getting
that feeling of losing job.
And this is 36 years
Wow.
ago. And and you're going to make us go out of a job. This is sacrilegious.
And it's reality now, Doctor.
Human want to work with their hands.
Yes.
So here is my answer. We are not at the steady state, meaning this is still incipient, right? Replacing or doing manual tasks autonomously or automatically in an automated fashion using robotics. Whatever these robotics are, humanoids, articulated manipulators, moving platforms, etc.
They don't get sick, they don't get union, they don't get
here is my
company will save a lot.
So here is, it's not exactly that, Wally. Let me just let me tell you how I am confident and assured this is going to happen. Again, like with many other technologies, when computers got invented, still accountants are needed.
It enhanced
when the calculators were invented, still people worked who needed to do computation. AI is a tool. And automation and robotics is a tool, same as a calculator, right? So the point is this. Yes, now we are in a transition. We are not at the steady state. So you see things like this happening, individuals being replaced by autonomous machinery or humanoid robots that are more efficient, again, more productive, safer, more accurate, more
demand,
precise,
no union,
no overhead, etc.
Yes.
But the end effect is not replacement later when the technology matures, when automation matures, and it's starting to really be everywhere. What will happen is, it's not, let's say you have 100 people, right? And these 100 people are in a factory, right? And that factory, using automation and autonomous machinery and humanoid robots and, you know, autonomous mobile platforms that carries things and articulated manipulators and such, requires only 5 people to run the factory, right?
Yes.
To run and program
So
and
they bring
supervise the
the 5
machinery.
people.
And that factory will have the same output, right?
Even better.
Or the same,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, let's say, you know, with a set of machinery.
Yes.
What will happen is the 95 people are not going to be fired and laid off and stay home in the steady state. What will happen is there will be 20 factories. So that's the whole premise of automation.
Mm-hmm.
The whole premise of automation is not replacing humans. No, it is increasing productivity 10 times, right?
Yes.
So as opposed to having one factory producing X with 100 employees, you're going to have 10 factories producing 10X the
Yes.
amount of products or service or machinery or equipment with still 100 people, but these 100 people will be differently skilled, right?
Well, that's
That's
should
the
be.
future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everything else.
Yes.
When you talk about computers, when you talk about the internet, people are still employed. Actually, there is shortage in employment.
Yes.
So computers or the internet or all these primitives did not replace the workers and the accountants and the engineers. No, there is shortage in all of these areas. They just made us increase our productivity.
I see.
I'll give you an example. From my own school, right? One particular department, administrative department. So, well, actually, I'll give the example. Our marketing department, our marketing and branding
Yes.
department. So with all of these new, amazing new AI tools for generating imagery, mid-journey and videos and audios and helping
Help a lot.
with writing and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Let's say, and this is not accurate, but let's say that department had 20 individuals, right?
Yes.
So that department, when AI tools became so powerful over the last 4 or 5 years for producing brochures,
Yes.
and websites and imageries and text and ad pieces and paid ads.
Use the
They
technology.
discovered, okay, so the approach was simple, right? The head of the department, okay, so, you know, I don't need 20 people. I can do the same type of production of materials using only 3 or 4
Exactly.
or 5
Exactly.
very well-trained people in the usage of different AI, generative AI application and produce the same thing.
Those 17, what happened to them?
So great question. That was one option,
Yeah.
right? Well, I mean, that option implies you fire the other people, right?
Yes.
The other option, which that person opted for, was no, I'm going to train these other 15 people on all of these AI tools. And of course, in a university setting, that was easy. And what I'm going to do is make my production 10 times better. So
Yes.
as opposed to producing the one ad or the one whatever video or audio or and so on for marketing purpose, I'm going to produce 7 or 8.
Yes.
So what happened? The end effect of this, the 15 people who didn't have these generative AI skills,
Now
from the
they have
get-go,
the
they were
knowledge.
trained and they actually are incredibly productive. And the operation, the marketing department output in terms of production, in terms of material, in terms of impact is 5 to 7x more impact than it used to be 3 years ago.
Okay.
So that's the approach. You know, that's the approach.
Yes.
The approach is we should never worry about autonomy or autonomous machinery or humanoid robots or AI replacing us. No, we're going to produce at a higher level, and people eventually will be trained to work in that new environment, as exactly what happened with every technology through the 4 industrial revolutions, whether it was the steam engine or the electricity or the internet or now and computing and now AI.
Yeah, and there is a lot. There is very few, and you are one of them, teaching technology in all the courses. But there's a lot of school, university and colleges, they don't teach technology. What's going to happen when they graduate?
Well,
They're not going to have the job.
Again, in the steady state, it will be all of institutions, whether they are educational, higher education, or whether they are industry or companies, will simply become obsolete if they do not really embrace new technologies, infuse it in the way they work, or in the cases of universities, in the curriculum. And you cannot keep doing this for a long time, right?
Yes.
As a university, you're judged based on your outcomes. So if you're a university and you're producing graduates like Lawrence Technological University, who are enjoying 100% employment, who have the highest starting salaries of any university in the state of Michigan, and they are all technology top-notch, educated within the areas of engineering and architecture and design and business and sciences, they're getting 100% employment, amazing salaries. So people will come to us because the outcomes are good.
Absolutely.
If you have a university or higher education institution that does not embrace that, and it graduates in 1 or 2 cycles, graduates who are not getting jobs or not getting employment and not trained, people are simply going to stop going to them because nobody's going to send their daughter or their son.
But I look, for example, in the
themselves.
state of Michigan, and I see very few, teaching technology with their courses. Very few.
Well,
and you are one of them.
I mean, there are, in general, there are universities that are faster than others in embracing the changes happening in technology, and there are universities that are lagging behind. Of course, universities that are going to continue lagging behind and produce bad student outcomes in employment
with no
and
future.
Workforce future, they're going to cease to exist because nobody's going to come to them. No one is going to go to a university with a major investment of resources, financial-wise and time-wise, in this type of economy, and not gain, and not be gainfully employed, and with huge and good prospects for eminent employment. Listen, at the end of the day, you cannot slow down the pace of modernization or technology.
I'm with the technology.
Nobody, it never happened. Since when in our last 50 years, since literally the first industrial evolution and the creation of the steam engine in the 1800s, did anything slow down? It was the steam engine, few years electricity, few years computing, and internet, and now autonomy and robotics and automation, and next would be quantum computing, and next who knows. So the point is, the future, we know what the future is set. There will be no slowing to the pace of advancement in technology and applications of technology in the world. The concept of manual labor, literally, Wally, like having people do, work with their hands,
cleaning and all that.
Any manual labor, whether it's in a factory, whether it's in the service industry, whether it's in again,
even at your home,
even at home, even in the construction industry and in building buildings and factory stuff. That whole concept is on its way to complete disappearance and obsolescence and extinction. The development of modern robotic and autonomous devices, whatever they are, automated cranes, unmanned cars and vehicles, unmanned construction vehicles, unmanned space vehicles, unmanned drones, they will replace that job. They will be as dexterous and 100 times more efficient than human beings doing it. The work environment and doing buildings and building buildings as such is going to be much safer, faster, more precise, and that will relieve, for safety and other reasons, humans from doing these kind of activities that are actually repetitive, do not require any intellectual superiority, and relieve them from that and have them be utilized, all of us as a race, in doing higher level type of jobs, right? I mean, are there people now who are carrying other people around? No, we have transportation, right? So that's the point. There is no slowing the pace of technology and advances, and what we should do is embrace it, make sure, make sure it is being used in the most beneficial and benign way to serve humanity appropriately, and also be careful of bad actors who might utilize this literally exponential growth in technology for bad or inappropriate reasons.
Okay.
That's all.
Now we go to LTU, Lawrence Tech University. Okay. And you mentioned the courses you give, to the student there. If you could highlight each one for
Sure.
about a minute or so.
Of course. So again,
So people, they know what,
of
what
course,
courses, yeah.
of course. So we are, you can think of we have 5 colleges, as you know, and they are engineering, design and architecture, business, health sciences, and arts and sciences. We offer 120 plus majors, all the way from associates to doctoral and PhD levels. Again, we are very theory and practice oriented. We are very technology infused. Anything we offer, whether it's in architecture or health sciences or business or engineering, is are programs that ensure that the students graduate and are technologically very savvy in their discipline. Our architects not only learn architecture, but they learn usage of AI in designing buildings.
If it's CPA or
exactly,
other,
they learn robotic usage of robotics automation in construction. They learn 3D printing of houses. Our business people, yes, they graduate with accounting and finance and other degrees, but they are also very well trained in areas like business intelligence and data analytics. They are very well trained in AI applications in management and business administration. They are very well trained in cybersecurity and project management and digital supply chain management.
And you add the
health sciences.
Tell me more.
Nursing, physician assistant, cardiovascular perfusion, allied health sciences. Again, all of these programs emphasize within every one of these disciplines
technology,
the health technologies and making sure that our students understand the most recent advances in health tech, like robotic surgery, like automatic diagnosis of MRIs and CAT scans and X-rays using artificial intelligence and such. So that has always been what we're about. So when you really think about asking about new developments and new or what's recently is happening, we are doubling down on what we are thinking of as 3 clusters, 3 academic clusters. And a cluster is a collection of degrees, right? Degrees at the graduate and possibly undergraduate level, and certifications and micro-credentials, etc., about a theme. So we have 3 of these clusters with a collection of degrees that we are making available to professionals, and in a very flexible manner, hybrid and online and asynchronous, to make sure that working individuals can up their skills so they can be productive and can be really protected from the changes happening in society that you actually pointed down to, like AI, right? Because that's the reality of the workforce. The reality of the workforce is, the supervisors and the managers and the leaders and the executive level suites and the directors, etc., in various industries want to make sure that all of their employees are eminently trained in technology and artificial intelligence and autonomy and so on, so they can be productive. And the employees who are not trained in this area and didn't have a chance, or people who have been working for a while, want to make sure that they upskill themselves within their field in these areas so they can continue to be employable, right? And unfortunately, also the people who have been very sadly, unemployed recently, and you see a lot of this, want to get that training. So these are the 3 clusters, right? The bottom line, to answer your question. First cluster is what we call our advanced manufacturing and automation cluster. So we have many degrees. We have graduate degrees at the master's level in industrial engineering. We have degrees in advanced manufacturing. We have degrees in quality control. We have degrees in the usage of AI in industries and on the factory floor, and also professional certification. We have a new doctorate degree in advanced manufacturing that is world class, that we have just started. And all of these degrees within the manufacturing area, right, or advanced manufacturing and automation area, the thrust is to educate and to train people in various formats, using master's degrees or the doctoral degree in advanced manufacturing, or various professional development boot camps and workshops of micro-credentials on the most recent advances of the usage of AI in automation and manufacturing, and also doubling down on, given where we are, in Metro Detroit, on the most recent advances in mobility, electrification, and autonomy in vehicles in general. So that's a cluster of degrees offered very flexibly, and we offer scholarships in online format and hybrid
Let's talk
formats.
about online.
Sure.
Because every time you come here, a lot of people get excited.
Sure.
And they look for their future, and they want to get all that information, technology, and advance and all that. How they could do that online?
We have been designing for a while
and we
now.
broadcast in every state in the nation. So people from California, New York, everywhere listen to you, and honestly, they want to advance.
We have students in many of these programs from tens of different countries, let alone the 49 states.
Yes.
So, no, I mean, again, we have a suite of programs that have been
Do you
developed
have
over
courses
time.
in every courses you mentioned?
In most of these professionally oriented clusters that I talked to you about, right, the programs are online, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, as an example, I mean, it's very difficult to offer an undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering. I mean, I'll just give you an example. Online, you need people to actually work in the workshop, the lab, and manufacture things and build things and so on and so forth. But for additional training and different other type of graduate degrees, the answer is yes, and we're doing that within these clusters. The second cluster, as an example, is our health sciences professional cluster, right?
Okay.
So the health sciences...
And a lot of people, they want to advance. They want to get the new information.
100%.
So they're looking for something online if they're not in Michigan.
And the shortage is immense.
Yes.
And these programs are not easy. I mean, these are very well-structured professional programs. As an example, we're offering a doctoral degree in health sciences, a doctor degree in health sciences to help people.
Can he get that online?
Yes.
Wow.
To help people who are in the healthcare industry, whoever they are, physicians, dentists, nurses, PAs, who would like to advance their career within the industry, whether it's in private practice or whether it's in hospitals or whether it's in other healthcare organizations, by gaining the requisite healthcare-oriented knowledge in management and in health technology, so they advance their career. And that health sciences degree is, again, online.
Yeah.
We're offering master's degrees in healthcare management with an emphasis on health technologies and medical technologies online. We're offering even associates and associates to bachelor's degree, right? Associate's bachelor degree in allied health, right? With a concentration in health technologies and medical technologies, also online. So there is this whole suite of offerings and professional certifications through
So you give them certification after they graduate.
For shorter duration things.
Yes.
Same as the first cluster in manufacturing and automation. Also available online and in hybrid manners to help people advance their career and gain that very important knowledge in the areas relating to technology and management within the health sciences, in health technology in particular, and in medical technologies.
Yes.
The third cluster is what we call our data and AI cluster, right? And there is a myriad of degrees and certifications at that cluster. So we're offering a Master's of Science degree in Artificial Intelligence.
That's great.
We're offering actually a doctorate degree in Business Administration, completely online, a DBA, with concentration in financial technologies, fintech, and business tech, with an emphasis on analytics, on cybersecurity, digital transformation, AI usage and management and administration. We are offering a master's degree in business intelligence and data analytics at the master's level. We're offering certifications and AI certifications and AI boot camps, artificial intelligence applications in business and management and accounting and finance. So there is this, we're offering master's degree in information technology. So we have this suite of programs, the cluster of, again, data and AI infused, infused AI and database cluster, which again hosts very flexible programming at the graduate and the doctoral level that is completely offered in a very flexible online and or hybrid fashion for whole degrees or certifications. And we know this is needed, and as I mentioned, it's needed by the employers.
Because there are some of them that graduate 5-10 years ago, and the advance of the technology of today, you know, they want to advance themselves.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years ago.
Yes.
So again, it's part of progression. And I think the workers of tomorrow in general and the employees and the leaders of tomorrow understand education is not a one-shot thing, you know, where you go and you get a degree and then you work for 50 years just using that knowledge of that degree. It's a lifelong process.
Of course,
It's a lifelong process.
Yes.
You have to evolve as a leader, as an employee, as an industry person, as a clinician, as a teacher. You have to evolve with technology and keep upgrading yourself all the time. Otherwise, you're going to become obsolete. So we know these 3 clusters and the focus in these really very important areas in the economy of today and tomorrow, and being able to offer them, given who we are as one of the 13 technological doctoral private universities in the country, is exactly what the market needs. Employers need that for their employees and leaders. Workers need to upgrade their skills and fast, so they can become productive and they can cope with the incredibly fast pace of change. And of course, individuals who unfortunately, as you said, might have lost their jobs and they need to reskill, retrain themselves to become to be able to go back to the market.
I see. With the thing you're doing, honestly, you're advancing in every aspect of the life, and there should a lot of department like the Defense Department, like you know, the health, the hospital. Are they working with you? Are they sponsor you?
100%. 100%. Our partners within, you know, the defense complex funded tons of projects for our accelerator, hard tech accelerator, and they work with us. Our, of course, clinical partners work with us. We have been the recipients, and we're very grateful and thankful of many defense grants, and within the health sciences, NIH grants and NSF grants and MEDC grants and so on, that help advance our work, not only in research and development and creating, you know, amazing projects of significant intellectual merit and broader impact to affect humanity, but also help advance our instruction capability and STEM activities and our collaborations to bring more graduates into the market.
I see. Well, with the technology university like this, every country in the world, they would love to have, you know, university like this in their country. Are you in?
We have many partnerships, and I'm sure you're reading about most recent partnerships we've had. We have partners with many universities. We are partners with 2 great universities in Mexico. We are partners. We actually have helped build the College of Engineering at the American University in Iraq, Baghdad, as you know, the great project. We are partners with the universities in Kazakhstan. We are partners with universities in
United Arab Emirates.
Exactly, UAE and Egypt and Morocco. We are partners with the universities in countries as far as Uzbekistan. And we are developing a lot of these very, very close relationships. India is a great partner of us.
Of course,
We have 2 to 3 universities that we have very intimate relationships with. And these partnerships span a lot of different modalities, right? Faculty exchange, student exchange, joint research, 2+2 programs, guaranteed admission and exchange for masters and or doctoral students, joint research projects. So it's actually great, you know. So.
Dr. Sobh, most of the people, they watch us Middle Eastern all over the nation, and of course online all over the world. What's your message to the parents or to the student that he's ready to go to college? What's your message to them? And why they should send their kids to LTU?
So, I'm a parent of 4, right? So I actually mean this.
And
from
very
the heart.
successful.
Oh, thank you. The point is, the dream of every parent, right, as an example, is to make sure that their children, are able to be independent after finishing college.
And we all came here for a better future for our children.
Of course. And are prepared for life in such a way that they are always going to be able to have gainful employment at the highest level, to be professionals who are able to cope with changes in society and the workplace and the changes needed in the workforce, and for that to happen immediately after they finish college, right?
Yes.
Parents do not want their children after finishing college to come back
They
home.
send them to college so they could...
To come back home and stay in the basement for 4 or 5 years before they get a job or, God forbid, be dependent on them for a long time. That's not the American dream, right? I mean, the American dream is, I'm going to invest my time and effort and life to make sure my children are eminently educated and are capable to be independent professionals who serve humanity and help themselves along the way for the rest of their lives. This is a definition of Lawrence Tech.
Yes.
Lawrence Tech is all about making sure our students are eminently prepared for the upper echelons of the workforce, whether that's being an engineer, a computational scientist, an eminent architect, a top-notch designer, a great healthcare professional or business person, or the other fields that we teach. All of our measures from day one at the undergraduate and the graduate level are designed with that. We don't have measures that lend themselves to bad employment or non-employment. We only have professional, technologically focused measures.
And a lot of companies, they might come to you before they graduate, so they could guarantee.
I always joke with my friends, my biggest problem or our biggest problem at Lawrence Tech is not finding jobs for our students. It's actually keeping them till they graduate.
Yes.
Because after the first co-op or internship, the company usually want to keep talent and they would ask them to finish their degree part-time, which we don't encourage. It's a good problem to have. We are 100% employment university. Our salaries are the highest. Positions of our alumni and graduates are exceptional. And this is a place where parents are confident that they send their students to and the outcomes are guaranteed. We are a theory and practice university. Since the establishment of the university 94 years ago, we were established based on theory and practice. Our genesis, our initial campus was, in Highland Park on a land basically donated by the Ford family, and the Lawrence brothers were the first 2 presidents, whose job was to basically train the workforce of the auto factories for tomorrow. And we grew to be the comprehensive university from that genesis. That idea, by the way, a university graduating people to work for the workforce was not very common, 100 years ago. Universities at that time was about pursuing, gaining intellectual knowledge and being more sophisticated. But it was not designed, higher education 100 years ago, to create workers who do that kind of work. So our genesis was always about theory and practice, making sure our graduates are able to work and be productive from day one in the most technological setting. We have not veered from that Wally for 100 years. That's who we are. We're doubling down on it. Our outcomes and student outcomes are amazing. We're very proud of our students. And we have an incredible roster of alumni, not only in Michigan and all around the U.S., but all around the world, right?
Wow.
From Steve Ballmer, to the individual who actually built the Shanghai Tower, to individuals who have had the first patent for the remote car control, to amazing individuals within the space industry and the automotive industry and the architectural industry. It's a pleasure, of course, being at Lawrence Tech, but again, to the parents, to the students, to the professionals who want to get trained, this is a place where you can really build your professional future with confidence and guaranteed outcomes.
Well, thank you so much, Doctor, for all the information. You got us all excited, honestly.
It is exciting time.
Yeah.
The pace of change is not only rapid, it's incredibly fast, exponential in many ways. And again, being the agile university we've always been, we're capitalizing on that, and we are very enthused that we're able to produce and continue to do this.
Thank you again for that.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Wally. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Dear reviewer, that was my interview with my dear friend, Dr. Tarek Sobh, the president of Lawrence Tech University. I just want to comment on what he's saying, that to send when you're ready to send your kid to school, think about the future after he graduates and what kind of job he's going to get after he graduates. Lawrence Tech will guarantee that. A lot of universities, and I mentioned to him, a lot of universities, they don't teach any technology, but technology is the future. If you want your son or your daughter to have a good future in technology and the new world, okay, send them to Lawrence Tech University. By sending them, you guarantee his future, and when you graduate, you have a good pay. He's not going to stay with you. He got a good pay. He could go buy a house and get married. Thank you so much for watching, and good night.